I am going to get really good at holding this camera. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley and this is the Lace Spirit Design Studio. So if you are wondering why this footage looks different from any of my usual footage, it is because after having this channel since, God, I think mid-2020, I have finally invested in a vlogging camera. So everything that you've ever seen on this channel has always been filmed by my phone. I started out using, I think, an iPhone 6S, and then I upgraded sometime last year to a 13 Pro Max. And while it's going to take a long time to get adjusted to an actual camera versus using my phone, I want my channel to really grow, and having good equipment and better looking content is part of that. That being said, I already miss my wide angle capabilities with my phone versus on this, but what can you do? So if you watched last week's vlog with the full studio tour and you stuck around until the end, you will see that I have mentioned that this vlog is going to be all about many new things that I'm learning and settling into with my business. Obviously, the camera is one of the new things that I will be learning, and hopefully it doesn't look like garbage, because this is like the 5th time I've shot this intro because all the settings and the audio and everything else has been kind of out of whack. So still trying to learn how to use this thing, still trying to figure out the best settings for my needs. Hopefully it looks okay and sounds okay. And if you're seeing this vlog, that means I learned how to do the other thing that I'm gonna learn how to do, which is edit my videos in DaVinci Resolve. So controversy time. After literally nearly 20 years of being a loyal user, 19 to be exact, I am breaking up with Adobe. I will go into details as to why later. Most of it is cost-based, but I am going to take this week to learn how to use DaVinci Resolve, which is a video editing software, which is totally free. Like, there's a paid version, but like for the most part, it's free. We're gonna learn how to use that. And then for replacements for Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign, which I use all 3 every month, I will be trying to figure out how to use the Affinity line of products. Now, if you know me at all on any scale, you know that I am a quick learner. I pick things up very fast, but I hate learning new things because I hate not being good at something already. And especially if I'm trying to learn something that is similar enough to another program or something else that I'm already used to, I get really frustrated, and I hope that it's going to be an interesting thing for you guys to watch, because it is not going to be very fun to live through. On top of that, I will be simultaneously vlogging Con Crunch for Lodi Comic-Con Fall, so this is going to be quite a mess. I hope you guys like messes. Good morning, guys. So I ended up spending most of yesterday watching YouTube videos about my camera and about the programs that I plan to use this week. Today's a little bit of an admin day, so I had some emails to answer and some orders to get in the process of working on and get some stuff sent off to print. So it's gonna be more learning today. I guess I can talk about a little bit why I'm doing this. So like I mentioned in the previous part of the video, I have been using Adobe products for literally just under 20 years. And they've always been great. You know, everybody knows they're basically the industry standard. But I know when I began my professional career in graphic design and moving into working for my own, you know, small business and working for myself, they had moved into a subscription-based payment method, which I know everybody's really upset about. And I had kind of cut that cost a little bit by splitting that membership with my best friend. And I think I mentioned that in like a vlog a long time ago. And that worked great for us, but like, more controversy time. You know, as soon as they started to move more into AI and stuff like that, and they were going to be automatically opting users into training their AI or something like that, which they may have been doing this entire time, but something didn't sit right with us. And my best friend was more so on board for dumping anybody who's using AI than I was, which is fine. Like, I fully support it, you know, even the cost, because every year we would have to fight to get our annual subscription cost to a certain point, so it's not breaking the bank, because they hardly ever use any Adobe products. It's mostly me. So I couldn't justify keeping them tied to something that they're not using, that is of no monetary value to them. So I figured, instead of signing up for my own very expensive annual subscription for Adobe, I would learn something new. And I mentioned in the previous clip that DaVinci Resolve is a video editing software that has a paid version, but it's a one-time paid version, and that's for access to their entire DaVinci Resolve studio. And that's only like $240 one time for everything. Otherwise, you get a free version, which almost does every single thing that the paid version does. So if I find that there are things that I can't use or need access to in the free version that I've downloaded and I'm trying, then I can do the one-time payment of like $240. Now, Photoshop, I mentioned, is the one that I'm the most nervous about switching away from, because I am so ingrained in that program that I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to switch over to something else very easily. However, the saving grace of mine is that I used to draw in Photoshop. That was where I did all of my digital art. And when I got the iPad, Procreate was a huge learning curve for me, but that's all I draw in now. I don't draw in Photoshop at all. So being able to learn that for one half of the very like specific things that I'm doing in Photoshop was kind of reassuring. And Affinity also, you can pay for any one of their programs outright, or you can buy their entire suite, which also gives you access to their programs on iPad, which is also a bonus. And that is also a one-time payment. And I think I understand that every time they do like a major version update, you have to pay, but like otherwise you get free updates until then. I have poked around in it, and for the most part, everything is pretty much the same. A lot of the hotkeys are the same, but one thing that I was a little concerned about is when I do my YouTube thumbnails, I will usually open up a previous one and just kind of harvest the elements from it to use in the next one. And when I open PSD files in there, my text layers are rasterized, and like a lot of things kind of changed around. And I was trying to make last week's thumbnail in Affinity Photo, but I couldn't quite figure out how to do text things, and I didn't want to sit down and learn it real fast, so I just opened Photoshop and did it. So there's going to be some very specific things that I will have to look up and see, like, how do you do this thing in this program? And that's going to be time consuming, but I know after using it for a couple of weeks, I'm probably going to be like, why was I so scared to do any of this? Why didn't I do it sooner? So we'll just have to see. So time to learn. Good morning, guys. So I ended up not doing any Skillshare classes yesterday, and I also wanted to point out, like, I went back and edited the footage that I did yesterday, and I looked like I was on drugs, but I swear I wasn't. The air quality here has been really bad lately, and my allergies have just been kicking my butt. So I was just really out of it, and I didn't even realize how out of it I was. So I didn't end up doing any Skillshare classes yesterday because I figured it's going to be better if I just try to do my usual workflow in the new programs, and then as I encounter a problem, I'll just Google it. And that has been working really well for me so far. And like I mentioned, good news, I've already figured out editing in DaVinci Resolve, at least as far as trimming stuff down and color correcting and stuff. I haven't done any audio yet or tried exporting it yet, but at this point it can't be that bad. So anyway, today I'm working a half day because we're about to go out of town, but I have some Patreon stuff to work on, and while I draw, I thought I'd talk to you guys a little bit about some of the other new things coming to my business that I've been planning for a long time and that I'm really excited about. So let's get doodling. So I'm getting ready to doodle one of the two options for my Collector Club box for Patreon, and I am doodling a patch design, an iron-on patch. And I wanted to say that the theme for this month, for, well, October, is going to be Midnight Ghost Hunt. And I've had this theme planned for months now, with another idea surrounding the characters based on this theme, which is Jackie and Tommy, my little cats, that I want to start world building Lay Spirit. So I have this idea for backstory for my spirit mascot and where she originates from and what her deal is, and even Periwinkle. There's like all kinds of stories I have in my head about him and all of his other little mushroom friends, and so many other little characters that are just sitting around in my brain. So for the last few years, I have had an internal debate as an artist and a small business owner on what direction I want to focus my art and my style in, and that was between really detailed like characters like anime, like what I'm used to drawing, what I grew up drawing, versus cute little guys. And over time, and just like the way I've been feeling, the little guys have won. So I have so many characters that I want to create and introduce, and I'm going to start doing that in Patreon, I think, with this month, starting with Jackie and Tommy, and the rest of the months for this year are going to be new characters and recurring characters with other themes. But I'm hoping in October, as like a prompt challenge like October is known for, I want to start challenging myself to do more of the world building and creating more of the lore, like all the little areas, and like I even have a map in my head. Like I'm so excited about where this is going to go and about having a character-based brand. I just think that having characters that people can fixate on and relate to and love as much as I do is going to be so exciting, and I hope you guys are just as excited as I am for all of these guys to come to life. Good morning, guys. So this vlog has been kind of weird and not quite what I expected it to be, with all of the learning that I was supposed to be doing that I didn't end up doing. On camera anyway. But I do at least want to talk about like all the stuff that I'm getting ready to do and gear up towards for next year in my business. So I was talking previously about the direction that my business is going with characters and like world building and stuff. And I also am hoping, I don't know if it's gonna happen this year or early next year, but I really want to redo my website. As it is right now, it's a couple years old, and it was designed by my bestie Chi, who also did the Spooky Stickers website, and it just needs a refresh because it's using a lot of my old brand colors, and now that I've really settled into like the pink and green and yellow, I want to make that reflected and then just kind of update some of the graphics and the style of it. So, but I'm not going to do that in this vlog. It's something that is coming. I'm also planning to, hopefully by the end of this vlog, update some of my graphics for YouTube, and I need to make like more little transition GIFs that I've been doing. Hopefully you guys like those. I try to make them video specific when I can, but I don't always have time. But that is some of the stuff that I have goals for the next couple of months. I just realized this tripod, it's a telescoping tripod, and it doesn't stay very well. Kind of slips. So big news that I have kind of been keeping from everybody. We are going to Japan again in like 2 weeks. And it's in the middle of October, which isn't always the best thing because like I have immediately in November 3 conventions. Like I'm doing 2 in-person conventions in November and then 1 virtual convention. So, but that's it for the year. And I have con prep to do. I have to get stuff ordered and get things that are going to be new designs done and ordered and all that stuff. So I have a very tight window of time to get stuff done. So I want to take this next, like, I don't know, 30 minutes to make a detailed to-do list of the things that I need to focus on in the next couple of weeks. So join me for that if you will. This manufacturer holiday may end up screwing me over because they don't come back until the 7th and I leave a week later, and then 2 weeks after that is Anime Pasadena. So I'm worried because I have to restock patches, which may take some time, and I need to restock sticker books, which I'll probably end up having to pay for air shipping, which is significantly more expensive than my usual sea shipping, which is going to take too much time. So I think I'm going to have to place most of my orders here on Saturday the 7th. And then I think I can get away with ordering keychains like right before I leave, which gives me time to make new designs. And just kind of glancing around right now, I'll obviously have a better idea after Lodi Comic-Con what needs to be restocked. But I'll have, like, I really don't have anything else to restock. Like, I'm not going to be able to restock any of my pins because it's going to take too long. Though I might put them into production just to have them at least for later in November when I do like BizBaz and do my shop sales. But I'm not going to order tote bags, and if I do, like, that's another one that my manufacturer has a quick turnaround. And then stickers are on me for the most part. So this is really what I'm the most nervous about, is getting that stuff in. And then I only have like 1 weekend before Anime Pasadena to do any con prep. So, I mean, obviously I'll have a whole week, but like, I don't know. It feels like less time, and that's kind of what's freaking me out. So just kind of got to play it by ear. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here. I know this one kind of turned out to be a lot weirder than I expected it to be. Hopefully it was still enjoyable for you guys, but I have to get on with Con Crunch because I am running out of time. That is still... So don't forget that if you are watching this on Saturday, September 30th, and you're interested in pledging for the Midnight Ghost Hunting rewards on Patreon, you can do that on Sunday the 1st. That's when those rewards will be available. Oh my god, my tripod is literally slowly sinking. I don't know if you can tell. Does it look like I'm slowly sinking? This is ridiculous. Don't get a telescoping tripod, guys. I have one for my phone, but I thought that one for the freaking camera would be just as good. This is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. I guess I'll just change the angle. Gotta love learning new stuff. Anyways, if you're interested in joining the October Patreon for those rewards with Jackie and Tommy Cats, you can do so after October 1st. Anyway, I am going to end this vlog here, so don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me grow on this channel, and we're like starting to kind of do numbers it's really exciting. So hopefully the studio vlogs continue to do well because I really love making them and I hope you guys enjoy them. So without further ado, I will see you in the next one, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!
And that's why I wish you the best.